Hi there, Scott the IT guy here and welcome to my channel. Into this video, we're gonna dive into this Asus laptop. This laptop is actually 12 years old. It's an Asus Ultrabook, i5 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and 120 SSD. In the red corner, we have a brand new Dell Latitude business class machine, 16 gigs of RAM, i5 processor with many cores, and a 250 SSD. Let's hit the power button and see how slow is the Asus compared to the Dell Latitude. It's literally right there. If we try this a couple times, there's going to be time when this machine will be about a second faster than this guy. This is absolutely remarkable. I can't believe how fast this Asus laptop is after being used for 12 years. These are all original parts and nothing has ever been replaced in this Asus. I'm going to flip the cover down for a reason. This is a premium Ultrabook. When this guy came out in 2011, Asus made a promise that this machine will be ready to go after it goes to sleep in less than 2 seconds. Let's see if it lived up to that feature or promise. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna flip the lid back on, and we are ready to go in less than 2 seconds. This is absolutely fantastic. I can't believe how well this laptop is actually held up. This laptop is beautiful if you're looking at this brushed aluminum surface on the back side. Also on the top we see these engraved circles. It's if you are interested in a backstory by the marketing material, it was described as these continuous circles through the whole top cover, representing the way of thinking and a way of life of Zen, and also infinity. The possible of this laptop, the capabilities, what you can accomplish is infinity. So there is nothing will stop you as long as you have this laptop. And I would probably laugh on this back in 2011, but 12 years later, having this laptop in my hand, as original as it can be, running as almost booting fast as almost as the brand new Dell Latitude business class machine, or even faster in some cases, that is absolutely fantastic. If we're looking at this machine, we also noticing that the back barely has any screws. They are all flush mounted with the aluminum body. This is an extremely durable, lightweight material. The reason why we only see a few screw and a whole backdrop is just one piece of plate, because they were looking at luxury wrist watch manufacturers and borrowing techniques and ideas how to mount internal parts in a more efficient way using less screws, which means less weight. The weight of this laptop is 2.8 pounds. If you're using a metric system, this would be 1.3 kilogram. If you're looking at the laptop, this is less than a half an inch. The thickest point of the laptop, it's around a third of an inch, 9 millimeters and 3 millimeters at the front. This is absolutely fantastic. And this machine is not only beautiful and fast, but in this particular case, this machine was always reliable, never had to hit the shop. The only time it needed any work when Windows 7 or 8 got upgraded to Windows 10. Other than that, it lasted through all these years without a glitch. Since it was an unfair fight to see which laptop would boot up faster, if this 12-year-old has a shot or a chance against that brand new Dell Latitude, and it definitely does. Again, in some cases, this guy is a second faster than the Dell Latitude from today. So let's do another unfair fight. So Scott, let's stick with Dell. What was Dell doing 12 years ago? Unfortunately, they had an XPS second generation i5 equipped version. I cannot purchase that laptop. I tried multiple times. I keep getting outbid. I have no idea why people are buying these old laptops. I'm assuming maybe they reached a point when collectors are picking them up. Other than that, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So this is a Dell Latitude business class, about 6.5 pounds, and inch and a half, inch and a quarter thick. Obviously, has a big latch on it. If you were laughing and enjoyed the marketing material from Asus, that these circles go on completely around and around on a top cover, represent being infinity. Well, the marketing material from Dell is also uh, no less good. So this is a full plastic cover. This is absolutely just plastic. It's no metal finishing here whatsoever. But according to the marketing material, this is a gun metal gray finish with also headlined. It is headlined a little bit, and we have also this aluminum imitation of the aluminum, also hairline on the top, and everything on this laptop is framed around this beautiful silver bracket. Yep, you guessed it right. It's just plastic, spray painted. Did it held up? Yeah, it absolutely held up fine. No issues whatsoever. Compare it to another machine from 2012 from another manufacturer. This is a Lenovo ThinkPad built on a legacy of IBM. They didn't even do the extra mile. Everything is wrapped up under this black plastic cover. Also very nice, held up nicely. If you remember, the Asus had barely any screws on the bottom. This has an army of screws all over the place. So yeah, this is a competition. Let's just open up the Lenovo. We also have a big clunky latch to open the laptop. If you look at the two screens, not only that, but once we flip the cover on this guy, just look at the thickness of the two laptops. The Asus is actually thinner than a whole entire screen by itself on the ThinkPad. Let's move these guys out of the way. Oh yeah, so yeah, maybe the gym would be interested in these. I don't think the price will skyrocket on these guys anytime soon. Just for fun, I put Windows 11 on it. I had no problem whatsoever, except with one thing, which was a weakest point of this laptop right from the get-go, which is a touchpad. There are multiple reviews on the internet from 2011. If you're looking at him, a lot of people complained about the touchpad being completely unusable, and unfortunately, this is true. As soon as I installed Windows 11, the touchpad, even just shutting the laptop down, copy and paste, you really switch yourself into the key combos and the shortcuts, because you can't really, it takes 5 to 6 attempts to hit power, shutdown, or copy and paste. It's almost impossible to perform it from the touchpad. However, when you go to asus.com and looking at their support page, you pick the specific machine. There are drivers ranging from 2012 to 2017. I grabbed the latest for Windows 7 or Windows 8, 64-bit. It installed itself without the glitch, and the touchpad worked flawlessly. So that was one bad part of this laptop. The other one was contribute to the fact that in this laptop, when you purchased as new back in 2011, the solid state drive failed for a lot of users, and unfortunately that had to be devastating when you spend $1,200 for this base model i5 4 gigs of RAM 120 SSD, or the top end model i7 4 gigs of RAM 250 SSD, and the solid state drive just dies in a week or two, or in less than a year. That's probably very problematic. You either pay 1,200 or as high as 1,600 for this laptop. Again, it's absolutely beautiful, stunning. This laptop also has another premium feature. If your battery is dropped under 5% of the charge, it automatically backed up everything for you, which is absolutely fantastic. You will never ended up being with a corrupt document. Also, if we're looking at this laptop and opening up and looking at the screen, this has an IPS panel, which is not a full HD, but not an HD. It's called an HD Plus. It's in between the two. And the view angle, the colors, how sharp and how bright the panel is. This is unbelievable. Even in 2023, if you're looking at anything in a lower price segment, $500, $600, this panel is a better quality panel than what you get in a lower end Windows laptop world. If we're looking at the brightest of this panel is 450 nits, which is still a thing. If you're looking at a Dell Inspiron low-end model i3, i5, it will come with a panel with a 250, which means outside in a sunny environment, in a bright office environment, this will be not as useful as this guy. I'm absolutely blown away by the quality of this panel. By the view angle is almost 190 degrees. It is absolutely fabulous. The Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth works. What about the webcam, Scott? Well, we do have a webcam. I can't find any kind of documentation about the specs on a webcam. I'm assuming it's 0.3 megapixel. It is bad, just like anything else from this era. And unfortunately, this was still a big thing. Like, I had my office laptop. It was a Dell like business classy laptop. I had no webcam for years. Webcam were not utilized back in a day as we utilize them today for personal calls, work calls, Zoom calls, Teams calls, any of that. This was just not exist. The pandemic really skyrocketed the remote work. And the camera back in a day where maybe Skype was the, I don't know, maybe the only option, you could really use it to make calls. Believe it or not, this laptop is not only boots up relatively fast or at quite fast or wakes up from hibernation or from sleep really fast, but it's still usable for lightweight work. It would be still suitable for a child, and browsing, watching movies, social media, online purchases. This is still suitable with the 4 gigs of RAM, and that's the biggest downside of this laptop is a 4 gigs of RAM inside. It's integrated to the motherboard. There is no way to add more RAM to this machine. There are no extra slots. There's absolutely nothing. Everything is just integrated in one circuit board. And that being said, the battery is still original. When this machine was new, the battery lasted about 6 hours, 5.5, depends on what kind of application or usage were you getting out of this. Other than that, as of right now, after working on this laptop for quite a while now, try to shoot these videos for a while, the battery still lasts about an hour, hour and a half, which is absolutely fantastic. And I would love to see this laptop live on somewhere. We'll figure it out what to do. I might just gonna also put it on eBay and for $1, and let's see if somebody will grabs it. There's no value in these laptops. Can you get an Asus branded battery for this guy? Yes, you can. It's $122 with a 2-year warranty. Absolutely fabulous reviews. Does it make any sense? No. If you go to eBay, these machines are ranging from $50 to $100. Depends on condition and the internal parts, if it's an i5 or i7. Yes, there are a couple machines for $200. Should you buy it? Absolutely not. Makes no sense whatsoever to spend 200 bucks on these 12-year-old machines. Again, if you go to Amazon.com, select the specific model, look at the reviews, 20% 1 star, 20% 2 star, 20% 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, all in the same range. It was a draw of luck if your solid state failed or not. How technical were you with a touchpad? Did you figure it out there are multiple versions of the touchpad? Asus was trying to do the best they could to deal with this and get a newer driver out, but what was not a successful launch regards to the touchpad. This is a very cutting edge laptop in 2011. A lot of innovation and new technology went in, and this is a problem when we have a new machine. I can review and I can tell, oh, this laptop is absolutely fantastic. It works great, but we don't know what's going to happen a week later, how well it's going to hold up, what's happening with the internal components. Are they good? Are they reliable, solid? So in this particular case, in this particular laptop in here on the desk today, this is absolutely fantastic, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous even today. If you like this video, if you have a same laptop or you used to have a laptop and have some kind of experience with it, please let me know in the comment section. I would love to know. And if you enjoy this video, please consider like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Scott's out.